Hi, everyone. Welcome to Anékdota. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you. I am Ángeles, and this is Aída.
Hello.
We will both be exploring ancient truths and the hidden human potential. We will talk about in this podcast all of those teachings from Dr. Campos that we have both learned from him, and we think is a valuable information that should be shared with everyone, including the American community or the English community, I should say. Because as Aida and I both have explored, we have not seen this within the English speaking community. So we both believe it's super important for all of us to benefit from this. And I am super excited to be here with you, Aida, and to share this space with you. I do want to thank you for choosing me. I know you said you didn't choose me. Neither did I choose you. It just happened. Um,
Here.
but I am very excited to be here with you, so thank you.
Thanks, Angeles. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Aida, and I'd like to welcome you to this sacred space where ancient truths and hidden human potential come to light. This podcast is a journey into the mysteries of who we truly are. And together, we'll uncover the immense power that lies dormant within us, a power known to the ancients but forgotten by many. Through deep explorations of ancestral cultures, the human psyche, and the creative force of the spoken word will awaken the magic that lives in all of us. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Aina. And I do want to share that we both met, as I mentioned earlier, on the teachings of Dr. Edward Campos, which I was so grateful to find this community because I feel that so many times when we start exploring these kind of subjects, we tend to feel a little bit lost, a little bit out of place, or sometimes even lonely in this journey because we started realizing so many truths about ourselves and about the world and the purpose of why we're here that it starts to create a little bit of chaos in our lives at first, and then later it kind of goes down. But it has been quite a journey, at least for me. I know it has been, and I'm so grateful for the community that we have created with this groups of studies that Dr. Eder Campos does with his courses and stuff. So thank you so much, Aida, for everything you have done for me during this time, and for being such a great friend and always being there, listening to every experience that has come up after all of this crazy journey.
No, thank you, Angeles. Thank you for your trust. And I do appreciate it and value it. Most of all, I do value that. And yeah, like you said, I mean, this can be an interesting journey. Can be a could be a lonely journey if
Mhm.
if you'd like to see it that way.
Right.
The thing I do have to say as for myself is that it has definitely pointed me towards the direction that I feel most comfortable in, which is me.
Connect with our essence, right? We connect with who we truly are. And I think that's a powerful thing that these teachings have teach us to connect with that essence, with that being of who we truly are.
Okay, so the more we know about ourselves, the more we can create that reality that we truly desire, because we might think we want something, but to desire is
Right.
slightly different.
Right.
And that desire is only uncovered or unveiled if we fully, or not fully, I don't think we'll ever fully know ourselves, but the more we know about ourselves, the more we
The
can.
more aware we are of our thinking, I believe, right? Of our thinking, of our words, of our emotions, of those thoughts that come into our head, like those images that just kind of come up
Pop
every
up.
day, all day. So that is the reason why we created this podcast, because we do want to share um, all of this knowledge with all of you. I honestly feel very grateful to the universe for being born in one of the countries where chamanes and all of these Mayas and Aztecs cultures existed, and they left so much behind for us, for our country. And I honestly do feel that to a certain point, it is easier for us to connect um, with the teachings, even though here, for example, in the United States, there are the Native Americans who also have a lot of teachings, but for some reason has been very hidden from the rest of the population here, which is, or at least here in California where I'm at, has been very hidden, which is, quite sad, I would say, and interesting at the same time. Um, because at some point I have questioned myself, why has this been hidden for so long? Is it because it has truly been forgotten, or is it because it's not convenient to certain um, governments and high authorities, or what is it? Why has it been so hidden? So it's something to explore, I feel, something to question, and I do want to go deep into that in one of our next episodes, of course, in questioning ourselves these questions, right? Why has this not been teaching to me before? Why has no one ever talked about these subjects?
I think, yeah, to me it's more like, okay, so at what point in history did all of this started fading away? And
Right.
it's like, and why? And I mean, since it's so valuable, and when I first started learning about all these teachings, ancient teachings, I I started like asking myself, like, why didn't this, why wasn't this taught to us like in school, like elementary school? You know,
Correct.
if had I known this information since I was little, oh my gosh, my life would have been so different, so much different. And
Right.
so that's kind of like one of the purposes of this project, to share this information with you so you can share it to others, perhaps your kids, nieces, nephews, and start creating a snowball effect of change that we so obviously and desperately as a society need. Um, would you like to share with us why we chose the name Anékdota?
Well, it's a pretty cool name, but it's not just
Well,
cool.
it is cool. Yeah, it is.
It's not just cool. It's an ancient Greek word which means unpublished, and that is exactly what we're doing here, or not given out. So now we're revealing that information that has not been unpublished or not given out to humanity. So I feel that it was a great, or I think we both agree that it was a great name for this podcast, because all of the subjects that we're going to be touching here are something, most of them are unpublished, right? Most of them are unknown to most of the population, are not just given out there to anybody. And to a certain degree, I understand why, because sometimes when we have valuable information um, that others don't have, and we realize we can create our own reality, it could be potentially something that it's not going to be so beneficial to others. So I kind of understand why it hasn't been giving out all of this information, but I think we are at the right time for it to come out already.
I think these kind of teachings have been available, but only to those who actually are ready to come across it so that they can, so they have the openness to listen and to actually embrace all the information,
Mhm.
teachings, and to actually make something with it. Not just like, oh yeah, I heard something and or I read about it. It was okay, cool, interesting, and then just move on and continue on with their lives. No, this is something that we'd like to integrate and actually do something with it. Make it a way of life. Like for me, it's now a way of life. It's a life philosophy. It's what drives me
Mhm.
literally like every day, to just knowing that there's something something new that I can create, and knowing that I do have that power per se to transform my life, transform my reality, and make it the way I truly desire, and
Right. Yeah, I do think it is out there for those who are ready, but as I see it now, is okay, yes, more people are ready now, um, or it comes to those who are ready. But if we take a look back, for example, the psychologist Jacobo Greenberg, who have been talking about some of this stuff already for decades back. And, it's just like, I feel like to a certain point, it was like, don't talk about it. This is not something that should be out there or not for everyone. Um, but I feel that now that the need in humanity has come to be like, okay, we need this to be out already.
mhm. I do feel like there's more openness to it,
Right.
kind of
Yes.
information. So that's awesome. I think that's
Mhm.
pretty awesome because um that gives me hope that like
Right.
throwing this into the collective, that people will actually dive into it, and we can all transform
Right.
the entire
And enter this new era with a whole different perspective. Okay. What is magic to you, Aida?
to me, magic is everything. Just gonna narrow it down to everything. Like a nice gesture, the ability to amaze myself, and a nice text message, and for me to take it as such and to accept that that's magic. Me waking up every single day is magic. Um, but there's also the part that I can create. It's like the ability to create or transform my own reality. That is also magic. Um, so I think it's anything, everything, and nothing at the same time, which makes it all to
Beautiful.
me.
Yeah, I
It's a way
mean,
of life. And now, yeah, it's a way of life because I see everything through magic.
right. Through the lens of magic, right?
I translate everything into magic. How
Right.
about you? What's magic to you?
Um, I mean, we do live in a magical world. I do feel that way. When people talk about paradise, I'm like, we do live in paradise. What do you mean? But um, for me, magic is to speak each word with full awareness, is in itself an act of magic. Um, if we think about it, even in the Bible says, how did God create it? He said with the word, create this, and it got created. So our words are magic. Every word we speak is creating magic or is destroying ourselves and our life, you know. So it's really up to us uh, what we create. So for me, the word we speak in full awareness is magic.
That's a lot of responsibility, right?
Right.
Of what we're saying, of what exactly. It's like, where are those words coming from? Out of fear, out of
Right.
love, out of anxiety, out of what? So that's an interesting view. That's, well, I mean, I do share that. So anyway, so those are only a few of the topics that we will be touching on. And I'm super excited. I'm just super excited about this project and about all the interesting things that we will share, all the stories, our personal stories, other people's stories, unpublished stories.
Right. Yes, I am super excited too, and I am so grateful to you and to all of our viewers for this opportunity, because I know this is an amazing project. I know this is going to be amazing because we are amazing and because we are sharing so much wonderful information for everyone to benefit from it. So I am so grateful and so happy for this journey. And thank you so much, Aida, for choosing me and for being who you are.
Thank you. Thank you too. And we'll see each other every week.
Yes,
And please feel free to write to us and just let us know what you'd like us to talk about. We do have a fair share of topics, but it'd be also nice if you share with us what you'd like to hear about. And if we don't know about it, we can do a little research and then we can bring it to the table for,
absolutely.
for us to learn together. So that's also the whole point.
Right. Yes. Yes. Because we are all learning from each other. So I think this is very powerful what we're doing. Thank you so much.
I agree.
And thank you. Thank you so much. Y punto. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
And my problem.